Welcome back, guys. The induction relays are again classified into three types. One is shaded pole structure, and the second one is watt hour meter relay, and the second one is watt hour meter relay, and the third one is induction cup type relay. Induction cup type relay. So these are the three types of induction relays. These are the three types of induction relays. Now let us go in detail about each one. Among the three types of induction relays, the first one is shaded pole type induction relay. Shaded pole type induction relay. So in this case, we have a C-type electromagnet which is wound with a coil. Right. So C-type electromagnet which is wound with a coil, and this will be given to actuating quantity, either current or voltage. Right. So either current or voltage. Now this is a C-type magnet, right? And at the adjacent of air gap, what we need to do is we will split the electromagnetic core into two sections, and in these two sections, if you observe, this is the cross view. If you observe this, we have splitted the total core into two sections. One is placed with shaded ring. One is placed with shaded ring, and another one is a unshaded portion. Another one is a unshaded portion. So between these two, a disc is placed. Between these two, a disc is placed. So this is our of shaded pole type induction machine. Shaded pole type induction machine. Now let us observe the working of shaded pole type induction machine. Here we have unshaded pole flux. In previous classes we have discussed about the shaded portion of flux will be lag behind unshaded region, right? So it will be lag behind unshaded region, that is Fs is lagged, phi s is lagged with phi u. So the difference between these two will be, let it be theta. Let it be theta. Now based on the principle of induction type relays, the force will be developed which is directly proportional to phi u and phi s into sin theta, right? Phi u and phi s sin theta, I am writing here. The force which is developed directly proportional to phi 1 or phi u, that is unshaded portion flux and shaded portion flux, into sin theta. Theta is the angle between these two fluxes. So by placing a shaded ring, we have obtained a lag in a flux. Why this is we have observed in previous classes, right? So this is about shaded pole type induction type relays. Shaded pole type induction type relays. The working is similar only, that's why I am not explaining again. Because of that unshaded pole flux, there is a creation of, for example, this is unshaded pole flux phi u, and this is lag with a phi s with an angle of theta. Now because of this phi u, there is a creation of EMF. There is a creation of EMF inside a disc, right? So that is, let it be EU. Because of this EU, IU, that is eddy currents, will be developed inside a disc because of this unshaded region. Now similarly, because of phi s, the ES will be generated inside a disc. Because of this ES, IS will be generated inside a disc. Because of this phi s. Now if you observe these two currents, similarly here also the angle between these two currents will be theta only. Hence the force, there are two forces have been developed. F1 because of phi u1 is, and F2 is because of phi s and iu. Phi s and iu. So the resultant force Fr is equal to F1 minus F2, F1 minus F2. So the resultant force will be directly proportional to phi u and phi s times of sine theta. Theta is the angle between two fluxes. The angle between two fluxes. So this is the principle of induction type relays. In case of shaded region, it will be splitted like this. So this is our of shaded pole type induction machine. Now let us observe some key points about shaded pole type induction machine. The air gap flux is produced by initializing current into two splits, right? So two splits and having a time space delay by using shaded ring. There will be a delay in between fluxes because of that shaded ring. And the shaded ring is made up of copper ring that encirculates the part of pole face of each pole. So why we have using copper ring, which is a non-magnetic and best conducting material? Because of this only the self-inductance will be reduces, as it is non-magnetic, right? And the next one is the disc is made up of aluminum. We have discussed in previous slide itself why it is aluminum. So as the inertia of aluminum disc is very less, they need very less deflecting torque for the movement. And the two rings have the current induced them by the alternating flux of the electromagnet, and the magnetic field develops from the current, produces the flux in the portion of iron ring and surround the ring to lag in phase by 40 to 50 degrees. That means I have mentioned theta is in shaded pole type, it is 40 degrees to 50 degrees. 40 degrees to 50 degrees behind the flux which is in unshaded region, right? So the flux with the shaded region is lag behind this unshaded portion by an angle of 40 to 50, right? So this is our of shaded pole type induction machine. Now the second one is watt-hour meter type induction relays. What is watt-hour meter? It is like an energy meter, right, which is used inside our homes, right, which we need to calibrate energy by using this watt-hour meter, right? So watt-hour meter will be used in our homes. So the same watt-hour meter structure will be used for watt-hour meter relays as well. In case of watt-hour meter relay, we have two magnetic cores. One is electromagnetic cores. One is E-shape electromagnetic core and C-shape electromagnetic core. E-shaped core and C-shaped core. And two windings are wound on a C-shaped core. So the first one is it is for actuating quantity, that is I1. It is one actuating quantity, that is I1. And the second one is, the first one we call it as relay coil, and the second one is secondary coil. So in case of secondary coil, observe here, this secondary coil is wound on the E-shaped electromagnet core, and the same will be wounded on C-shape electromagnet core. C-shape electromagnet core. Right. So because of this, let us go to working of whatever meter type induction relays. So we have given some actuating quantity to the relay, that is I1 is given to relay coil, and the relay coil is energized, and it will produce as a flux phi 1, and it will produce as a flux phi 1. Right. So this phi 1, the flux phi 1 will be, the flux phi 1 will be helpful to induce the EMF inside a secondary coil. Secondary coil, because it is closed one only, right? Because it is closed one only, right? So whenever the EMF, whenever the flux cut by this secondary coil, an EMF is induced inside a secondary coil. So the secondary coil induced EMF. So, and because of the secondary coil, as it is a closed one, because of this induced EMF, the current will also be induced, hence the flux will also be induced. That is secondary flux phi s. That is secondary flux phi s. It is like similar to watt hour meter only. Watt hour meter only. So the phi 1 is created. Phi 1 is creation of induced EMF inside a phi 1 is creates induced EMF inside a secondary coil. Because of the secondary coil, there is a creation of, or there is a induced current, that is I2. Because of this I2, phi 2 is created. Because of this I2, phi 2 is created. So with the interaction of these two fluxes, this phi 1 is created by I1. Okay. So because of this interaction between these two fluxes, there will be a creation of force inside a disc, which is based on the working previously we have seen principle of electromagnetic induction. So because of these two interaction of these two fluxes, a force will be created, F, directly proportional to phi 1 and phi 2 times of sin theta. Here if you observe it is greater than 90 degrees, right? So the theta is greater than 90 degrees. For example, I am assuming the angle between E2 and I2 is beta. The angle between E2 and I2 is beta. Whenever the beta is very small, that theta will be approximately equal to 90 degrees. Approximately will equal to 90 degrees. Hence, the force will be maximum. By adjusting the beta value, I am getting theta as 90 degrees. Now, this phi 1 is because of I1, right? And the phi 2 is also because of I1 only. How it is? Phi 2 is created by I2, and the I2 is created by E2. E2 is induced EMF because of flux cut. That is phi 1, and the phi 1 is because of I1. So the phi 2 is also directly proportional to I1. So hence the force, the resultant force will be directly proportional to square times of current into sin theta. Square times of current into sin theta. So this is the operation of watt hour meter type induction relays. Here we have two coils. One is relay coil, another one is the secondary coil. We are giving supply to relay coil. Because of that, flux will be generated. Because of this flux phi1, there is a creation of EMF inside a secondary coil, and the secondary coil will be closed one. As it is the closed one, the current will be induced inside a secondary coil, and because of this current, secondary current, the flux, secondary flux, that means phi2 will also be created. Phi2 will also be created. So with the interaction of these two fluxes, there will be a creation of force as the principle of induction. So this, for example, if you adjust the beta, the theta will be 90 degrees. The theta will be 90 degrees. And the phi2 is also because of phi1 only, right? That is actuating quantity I. That's why the total force is directly proportional to square times of sine theta. Square times of sine theta. So this is the operation of induction type, whatever meter type induction relay. Now, in this operation, for example, if you are not placing secondary coil, or if you are open the secondary coil, for example, here we have a switch. If we are open the secondary coil, there is no creation of secondary current, right? There is no creation of secondary current. So there is no secondary flux, and there is no interaction of two fluxes. Hence, the force will be 0. The force will be 0. So this, with the help of this feature, we can use this whatever meter type relay can be used for directional relay as well. For example, if the switch is closed for one direction, and if it is open for one direction, right? So hence the directional feature can be achieved with the help of this whatever meter type relay, right? So let us see some key points here. This structure consists of E-shaped electromagnet and U-shaped electromagnet. We have seen upper part is E-shaped electromagnet and lower part is C-shaped electromagnet, with a disc free to rotate in between them. Disc free rotate in between them. With the interaction of these two fluxes, the disc will be rotates, and whenever the disc rotates, the moving contact will be touched into fixed contact. You can observe. So whenever the disc rotates, the fixed contact will be touched with, these are the, the moving contact will be in touch with fixed contacts. Hence there is a trip signal generated to circuit breaker. There is a trip signal generated to circuit breaker, right? So similarly, the disc is helped to rotate, and the primary current was carrying the relay, that is I1, when the secondary current winding connected to U-shaped electromagnet. The secondary winding is connected to U-shaped electromagnet. So the primary winding carries a relay current I1, while the secondary current induces the EMF in secondary, and so circulate the current I2 in it. The flux phi1 induces in E-shaped electromagnet, and the flux phi2 induces in U-shaped electromagnet. So because of these two fluxes interaction, there will be a creation of force. Now these fluxes induces in the upper and lower magnetic differs in phase between with a phase delay of theta. Hence the force will be developed is equal to phi1 phi2 into sine theta. Theta is the angle between these two fluxes, right? So this is the resultant force equation. And the most important feature of the relay is that opening can control their operation or close the secondary winding circuit. As we have discussed, opening and closing of secondary circuit, secondary coil will be give some additional features like as a directional features. Okay, right. If the secondary winding is open, there is no torque will be developed, and thus relay can be made inoperative. So it can be used to achieve directional features or any other features, right? So this is the scenario about this is the operation about watt hour meter type induction relays. Now if you see the third one of induction type relays is induction cup type relay. The third case of induction relay is induction cup type relay. So in this type we have this structure, if you observe. So there is one electromagnet core. So in this core the primary winding is wounded. Similarly the opposite also, the primary winding only. Right. So this is I1 only. For these two currents I1 only, and we have the secondary winding as well. So here we have another electromagnetic structure. So with this I2 will be given to secondary winding. So this is a single electromagnetic core splitted into two. Outer side is iron core. This is the iron core and this is the electromagnetic core, right? So inside this core we will place a cup type rotor. Cup type rotor, like for example I will take a constant iron shaft inside a rotor, and to this, so above this I will place a aluminum cup, hollow type aluminum cup. Why we are taking aluminum, we have discussed, because of having less weight and high conductivity, right? So that's why I am taking cup type, hollow type aluminum cup over iron shaft. So this is the cup type rotor. Inside this we can observe here. These two are the primary electromagnets and these two are the secondary electromagnets. So if you see the arrangement in between these two, for example, this is the MNA of coil 1 and this is the MNA, that is magnetic neutral axis of coil 2 MNA. So because of having 90 degrees displacement between these two MNAs, that means in case of induction motor, in case of polyphase induction motor, what is the principle of rotating magnet to create rotating magnetic field? It is whenever there is a angle between two magnetic neutral axes, that means whenever there is a for example, so for a polyphase induction machine, what is the criteria for generating rotating magnetic field is, it will be geometrically, the coils will be geometrically displaced by 90 degrees or above the 90 degrees, or the time gap, that is angle between each current will be 90 degrees or above the 90 degrees. Then only rotating magnetic field will be created. So because of having 90 degrees MNA, and also we will give 90 degrees time delay between these two currents, the flux which is generated inside this is rotating magnetic field. So because of this rotating magnetic field, so this is RMF. Because of this RMF, the flux will be, the aluminum cup will be cuts some amount of flux. Hence, there is a eddy currents induced inside a cup, right? So because of this eddy currents, and this eddy current will be produces some amount of flux. So with the interaction of these two fluxes, that is main field flux and because of eddy currents, that means, let me indicate this phi, the interaction between phi and eddy current, I eddy, the torque has been generated as as we have discussed in previous cases. So in this way, in case of induction cup type relay, because of having rotating magnetic field, the eddy currents will be created. Because of interaction between flux and eddy currents, the torque will be generated. So this is the third type of induction cup type relay, and these are the key points that I have discussed till now. The induction cup relay works on the principle of electromagnetic induction, and the relay has two or more electromagnetics which is energized by the relay coil. The static iron core is placed between the electromagnet, is shown in figure. The coil which is wound on the electromagnet generate the rotating magnetic field. The coils will be generate rotating magnetic field. Because of this rotating magnetic field, eddy currents will be produced inside a induction cup, and the direction of rotation of induction cup is depends on the current. Now the more torque is produced in the induction cup relay as compared to shaded and wattmeter type of relay. So because of having this feature, the relay is fast in operation. So these are the, let me summarize the topics that I have discussed till now. We have seen introduction of induction relays and what is the working principle of induction relays, and we have obtained the torque equation as well. And after that, we have seen types of electromagnetic induction type relays that are of shaded pole structure type and watt hour meter type and induction cup type relays. So these are of induction type relays. Thank you.